So there are two groups of 12-year-olds, and they are taking a test by throwing the beanbag in the hole. Is there a name for that game?
Cornhole.
Cornhole! They're playing cornhole. So they're playing cornhole, trying to get it in a 3-yard target. So they both test on the 3-yard target before any experimenting or practicing. And they do the same. One group practices for a week on the 3-yard target every day. And then they do the test on the 3-yard target. The other group practices alternating between 2 and 4, and 2 and 4, and 2 and 4, never the 3-yard target. But they also take the test on the 3-yard target. Clear? Who do you think does better? Because at first I would be like, well, the people who practiced on the exact thing would obviously do better. But every time they do a test like this, it's always the opposite. Why? Because when you're learning, like your goal in this cornhole world of ours isn't to hit the 3-yard target. It's to be able to hit any target. That's the same with your drawing. Your job is not to be able to play a samba. Your job is to have dope independence with your feet and be able to do whatever else you want on top of it. So, working on the 4-yard target and the 2-yard target makes you better at the 3-yard target. So that means if you practice your paradiddle for 10 hours, and I practice my paradiddle for 4 hours, and then I practice my paradiddle diddles for 3 hours, and then I practice, we're at 7 hours, and then I practice my doubles for the 3 hours left, I'm going to be better at the paradiddle than you. How annoying is that? But that's okay, and you have to use that fact of life to your advantage. So when you get stuck, you're like, I can't get any better at the samba, but I need to be better at it. Like, just abandon ship and like do something else that is a foot ostinato. It's going to push you in the same way. You're going to develop a lot of skills, and you're not going to get good at hitting the target. You're going to get good at hitting any target because you learn to make little adjustments. Right? That's my spiel on practice. Cool. So now let's talk about. I want to talk about dynamics and ghost notes first. So let's go there. When you're thinking about ghost notes, when you're thinking about dynamics, the thing that always comes to mind for me is the depth of field in a painting or an art, something like that. Because so often what's in the background, you don't really notice. But it affects how you feel big time. Right? So the blurry stuff you can't quite make out in the background behind the picture of the lady, that affects how you feel when you look at the picture. Because it's your subconscious. I think of it like your conscious is what you're looking at, and your subconscious is all the peripheral information. So, when we are playing like a groove, for example, it's up to me, the artist here, to decide what's the point. What's the important part of this painting? And that I need to move forward. So for me, when I play this beat and I'm like, yo, sing it back to me, I want you to sing boom, cat, boom, cat, boom, cat, boom, cat, boom. I don't want you to sing boom, scat, tika boom, scat, tika boom, cat, tika boom, cat. Right? Very different beats. Could be the right beat, but that's not what I want. I want boom, cat, boom, cat, boom, cat. So I need to make sure everything else is far enough back in the picture that you don't actually notice it, and that you just feel and you hear that melody. Now this is where it gets really cool, because all we're talking about is playing the pattern. Step one, learn the pattern. Step two, through infinity for the rest of your life, is how do you play that pattern? Because I'm sure you know, if you've been playing drums for a couple of years, most of the time you need like the same 10 beats that you learned the first year you played drums. But why do you keep playing drums then? You've got like 90% of the information already right now. That's practically that you're going to need. But you get better at making it sound right. You get better at adjusting those little dynamics, and that's your thumbprint. That's your thumbprint as a drummer. That's why if everyone in here came and played that beat, it would sound different every time. The pattern's exactly the same. It's only to do with your dynamic decisions. So check this out. Let's say we're playing that kind of groove, and it's like a funky James Brownie type of thing. Let's say the intro is like the band's in, but everything's like mezzo forte, medium volume, kind of just playing. And then the singer comes in. We need to make some space for the singer. And then let's say there's like a little bridge where it's really loud and the horns are like boop, 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 boop. So let's think about this. Without changing the pattern at all and only adjusting dynamics, can we play the whole song and have it sound that warm? I think the chances are good. So at the beginning, everything's in kind of medium volume. The term is dynamic depth. It's the difference between your loudest and your softest note. So all we're doing is adjusting the bottom, right? So if we start right here, that's like some punk rock action. And slowly just bring that bottom down. But the top stays exactly where it is. And as long as the top stays where it is, that's what people are going to feel as the overall dynamic. They're going to be like, that's a forte beat. I don't know who would ever say that. That's a forte beat. But that's the measure of how loud, really. Cool? And so I was adjusting the level of the ghost notes, and I was adjusting a couple of things on the hi-hat. Just different hi-hat patterns. And let me just quick give you, feel free to write down on your phone, I trust you. But the most common hi-hat patterns I find for like groove stuff in general is quarter notes. So if we have this beat, and then upbeat, so. And then we get into eighth notes with the accent on the downbeat. With the accent on upbeat. And then all accents. No accents. And you just gotta accept like a new idea of what is quiet. You know? Because people are like, drums are loud instrument. Like, that was pretty quiet. That one was very quiet, I feel. You know? That's your new goal. When I'm like, if we were having a lesson, I was like, play the hi-hat as quietly as you can. And you're like, I'm like, no. Like, it's moving like that much, you know? So it has to move like that much. And then you've got, like, well, you can't hear it. So I can hear it, barely. But that, if you can play that quiet, then you know you're good anything up. But if you can only go here, and the song needs this, you're kind of screwed. And you'd be surprised how often the right beat is like